What's up, YouTube? I have my Old Town Sportsman 106 PDL kayak here, and I'm going to show something I've built to help transport it quicker. One of the slower parts of transporting this kayak for me has been the PDL drive. Since I drive a small sedan, don't have much trunk space in there, especially when I have my fishing crate in there and fishing rods and whatnot. So I usually end up putting the PDL drive in my back seat, which has some sharp edges on it and sometimes leaks water. So I'm afraid of poking through, and plus it's just extra time to disconnect it, carry it back and forth and whatnot. So I would like to be able to transport my kayak with the PDL drive in place, but as is, it's not recommended by Old Town. There's a lot of wobble to it. There's a lot of stress put on the components. It moves up and down and side to side quite a bit. So let me put my camera up on a tripod here and I'll show you what I built and how it works. All right, so last year when transporting my kayak, I would stick 2 chunks of Fun Noodles in and then use a bungee cord to hold it in place. And this works pretty good for the up and down, keeps it protected, doesn't do anything for the left and right, so it's still torquing these support arms here. So the new build, you take these out. Got 2 of them here. Board of wood. Use the template that I found online. I'll put a link to this in the description. It is just a 2x10 piece of wood that the template like exactly fits on width-wise. Hang on, I said that was a 2x10. This is a 1x10. Cut it out with a jigsaw. And then basically I did a guess and check situation here to get it to fit securely. Actually, it's 2 tools. Jigsaw to cut out the shape, and then I did need a router to bevel the edge, but that could be done with either sandpaper or a sander. And that's just so it fits into this hole more comfortably, more securely. This is the first one I made. Basically stick it in, you can lock it in, pedal drive sticks in. Now when it wobbles, it's taking the whole boat with it. So it's not torquing the arm anymore. If I shake the boat, it moves with the boat. For up and down, it's pretty secure by itself, but I'm still going to use this bungee, which just slides in like this. And now I have better up and down and the side-to-side protection. The bungee also kind of keeps even more wobble prevents even more wobble on the PDL drive. The second one I built was a little bit different. When I cut this one out, I cut way too much out on the top. And then also from the template, this piece at the end here was just a little bit too short to grip in here so that it had a full secure. Let me show you. So up here at the top, it's not quite a secure fit. So the new one slides underneath this piece of black plastic here, and now it's a secure fit. I also accidentally cut this one a little bit too wide, so I put the rubber in, and that kind of puts a nice pressure evenly on the fin. So now it almost clicks into place. It's so secure. We've got strong up and down, good left and right. And then as far as pressure points go, it's a nice even pressure on the fin, and then there's a pressure point here on each side. I don't know if that's showing on the camera or not, but either way, it's got, let me bring the camera up close. So you can see up close here, the pressure point is nice and even spread out along there. And then there's a pressure point here, which I have protected with some rubber, and same thing on the other side. So this is way more secure now. And I'll still do the bungee. Only takes a second. just like that. Oh, the camera's level. Just like that. That's going to be able to take pretty big bumps up, down, left, and right. I'm cutting in here because I forgot something after the fact as I'm editing here. If you want to make your own version of this, what I did is, let me pull this up. Start with a blank board. And what I did is kind of put the pedal drive up against it. I was able to trace on either side where it touches. I started at that point, slowly started making this shape bigger and bigger. And the goal is to get to a point where this part of the pedal drive is resting inside the support. So let me get out here. So at first, when you haven't dug it in much, it's going to be off of it. And as you go deeper and deeper, making your groove bigger and bigger, eventually it will perfectly rest in there. So you're not torquing anything. You're not putting all the stress right here. It's distributed through this support, this support, this support, and here. So unfortunately, I don't think I can make a template that'll work for everybody because it's going to depend on how centered your device is. It's going to depend on how you cut this and bevel the edges on it. It could make it off by a tiny bit on each side, in which case it's going to be flexing it and doing damage. But if you were going to make your own, you've got the general shape here based on my design, and just start your design where it touches and use a jigsaw and just kind of etch it out until it fits, and then you're good to go. I'll put a link to the template in the description. I'm curious if anybody else has anything better. I mean, I'm happy I was able to do this for free with tools and wood I had lying around. The rubber I used is like recycled rubber floor mats that I think you're supposed to put under dog bowls. I got a bunch of them for free a while ago, and I've just been cutting them up for various projects. So it's a very thin rubber, but it does have like a tiny bit of squish to it and definitely a lot of grip. And then I might as well show, basically you get to the lake, get your boat in the water, because even when you're transporting it on these kayak racks, this is the Wilderness System one here, it will be wobbling like crazy if you don't have anything in there. So a lot of times on the really rough trails, I would just take the PDL drive out and then walk it down as a separate second trip with my boat. So now I can do it all at once, get to the lake, get it in the water, undo that strap. I'm gonna have to put this back on a tripod here. Yeah, just undo that one bungee cord, undo the lock, lift it up, pull it out, stick it under the seat, and you're good to go. And let me put it back in. I don't know if anything's going to be faster and more secure than that, so I'm happy with it. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you've got a better way to do this, I'm happy to look at other options. Shoot, here's one more thing I forgot to show. Underneath the boat, you can see, if I can get that. So underneath the boat, it just barely sticks down. It's a little bit less than this bar plastic here and a lot less than the plastic here. So should be well protected. Thanks for watching.